Pisces, this is Inspire 2016 with your weekly tarot reading for the week commencing the 23rd of August until the 30th of August 2021. The first card for you is representing, how do you feel about yourself? Your card is the Three of Pentacles. The message of the Three of Pentacles is one of encouragement. If you continue to work toward the fulfillment of your dreams and do not allow disillusionment to dampen your enthusiasm, ultimately you will experience prosperity and success in your goals. You need to do work that is satisfying to you and that you can be truly proud of. What new beginnings are you experiencing in the material realm? Is there some project or creative venture you have been putting off because of fear of failure? The Three of Pentacles indicates that dreams can be made real with persistence, determination, and effort. The Three of Pentacles may also suggest that you need help to complete your work and can draw on the knowledge and experience of others. It may be beneficial to share your work with a partner, but only if they are as conscientious as you. At the core of the Three of Pentacles is the notion of teamwork and collaboration. In the card, we see a young mason working hard on building part of the cathedral. The two monks enter, with their worldly knowledge and spiritual understanding to bring a new perspective to the mason's work. Even though their backgrounds, experience levels and knowledge is very different, they are able to come together to share their expertise in a way that creates synergy and improved results. There is no us and them or any sense of superiority. Rather, each person has something unique to offer and is willing to learn from others involved in the project. Everyone is getting the job done together and is contributing to the group through effective listening and sharing. This is a positive card to see when teamwork, collaboration and cooperation are required between parties with different levels of experience. The Three of Pentacles also points to the importance of feedback. The mason is open to listening to the monks and taking on their feedback on his progress so far. His primary goal is to do a great job, and he knows that the monks will be able to help him get there. He does not take it personally but uses their feedback and input to continually improve in his work. Effective planning, management and organization are also key components of the Three of Pentacles. In order to accomplish significant goals, such as building a monumental cathedral, it is imperative that detailed planning occurs to ensure that all the components are progressing well. This card therefore reflects a time when it is essential to create a detailed plan and to follow a schedule. This is when good project management will pay off. The second card for you is representing, what do you want most right now? Your card is the Six of Pentacles. This is a card representing being in harmony with your money. The amount that comes in and the amount that flows out are in balance, and you are thankful for what you have without being grasping of it, and happy to share with others in need. This card is also about charity. You may either be the wealthy man in this card, giving away his wealth, or the beggars, gratefully receiving what the man has to offer. If you are the wealthy man, then you have accumulated great wealth and are now in a position where you can offer financial assistance to those in need. Now that you have lived through the darkness long enough to see the inner light, it is time to help others who are not so fortunate. Consider giving to charity or reaching out a helping hand to someone who needs your support. The generosity of the Six does not limit itself to money and material things. Giving of your time or your wisdom is often just as spiritually fulfilling as giving away money or gifts, and the intangible gift of your presence is received just as well, if not better. You may also be inclined to make a loan to someone, on the premise that they will eventually pay you back once they are back on their feet. This is a loan built on trust and good faith, knowing that if you give something away, it will come back to you. Remember, though, that this is more about a short-term fix and not a sustainable solution towards self-sufficiency. So, think about how you can financially support your family or friends in a way that encourages them to stand on their own 2 feet eventually. If you are the beggars in the Six of Pentacles, then you may be the recipient of someone else's charitable activities. This will help you to get back on your feet and to eventually repay the charitable organization or individual, either with your time or your restored wealth. You will also need to identify ways in which you can become more self-sufficient in the long run. The risk of accepting charity is that you become dependent on it and cannot look after yourself. Be mindful that you are not becoming submissive or noticeably desperate as a result of the charity that someone else is providing you. The third card for you is representing your fears. Your card is the Ten of Swords. You're afraid of painful ending of situation in your life. This card indicates a painful ending which must occur for there to be growth and regeneration. The Suit of Swords is the suit of thoughts, plans, and attitudes, and this card is very appropriate in the area of mental transformations. This card indicates that there will be a forceful re-evaluation or elimination of your previous attitudes about life, your views about yourself and what is important, and possibly your plans for the future. Despite the initial trauma and torment associated with this change, the imposed re-evaluation can be a very positive thing. It is important to understand that while the means of your demise may not seem reasonable or fair, your previous thoughts and attitudes really need to change in order for you to reach a better place in your life. Rather than dwelling on the painful ending, it is important to look ahead and realize how these events free you up to completely reshape your life and choose a new direction for yourself. The Ten of Swords may also indicate that you are resisting an inevitable ending because you are deeply worried about how much it is going to hurt you. However, what you are doing is delaying the inevitable and possibly making it even worse for yourself because you keep trying to put off something that needs to happen anyway for your own personal transformation. For example, a relationship may have come to an end but you are still intimate with your ex because you cannot bear to let go. This is only drawing out the pain much longer, and it is best to completely let go at this stage. Sometimes, the Ten of Swords may reflect fear of ruin, even if that ruin has not yet occurred. You are always be thinking of the worst case scenario and planning for the worst, even if it does not happen. This is only creating unnecessary fear and anxiety for you, and it is important that you return to the energy of the Nine of Swords and run a reality check as to whether things are as bad as they seem. The Ten of Swords represents an old situation that ended very badly. You are still carrying around wounds from that situation, but you have buried them so deeply that you do not realize they are still present in your life and still hurting you. This old pain needs to be brought up and dealt with once and for all, so you can liberate yourself from these deeply inflicted wounds. It may be difficult to experience the pain again, but at least you are releasing yourself of this pain and allowing it to pass from your life. The fourth card for you is representing what is going for you. Your card is the Nine of Swords. This is the card of fear and nightmares, and has an apparently negative feel to it. However, the troubles alluded to in the Nine of Swords are primarily of a psychological nature and do not necessarily indicate suffering in your external reality. That is, it is what is inside your mind that is creating the fear and anxiety, not your actual circumstances. Your experience of the world is greatly influenced by our expectations, desires, and fears, and therefore you are largely the creator of your own world, and your attitudes determine how you experience that world. The Nine of Swords can also reflect fear of the future, or what may possibly happen in the future. If you allow yourself to be bound by fear of the future, you are at risk of eventually creating a negative reality for yourself by virtue of your expectations. Your nightmare becomes your self-fulfilling prophecy, which is clearly not a desirable outcome. Generally, this card is an indication that you are worrying excessively about a situation. You are literally being kept up at night because you are so anxious about a particular issue. It is possible you are working yourself up unnecessarily, and, if you were to look at the situation more objectively, you may come to realize that it is not as bad as you are making it out to be. In fact, all that worry and despair is what is making it worse, so rather than fretting about it, do something to change it. Although most people experience fear, frustration and uncertainty at some point in their lives, you should not allow those negative emotions to immobilize you or keep you from pursuing your goals with enthusiasm and hope. Expect at least some level of uncertainty in the future, and draw upon your inner strength to remain as flexible and adaptable to that uncertainty as possible. The Nine of Swords can also indicate that you are being incredibly hard on yourself, putting yourself down or engaging in negative self-talk. For every mistake you make, you blame yourself and become worked up and angry at yourself for messing up again. So, when the Nine of Swords appears in a reading, ask yourself why you are being so hard on yourself. How are you putting yourself down, or what is the source of your depression? What can you do to make yourself feel better? You may need to make a more conscious effort to quit the negative self-talk and replace it with positive reinforcement for a job well done. The fifth card for you is representing what is going against you. Your card is the Eight of Pentacles. Your attention to detail is actually getting in the way of innovation and change. The Eight of Pentacles is perfection in a self-contained world, a world that needs nothing but perfect pentacles, one after another. But what if the rules change? What if you are called upon to do something completely different to the task at hand, or you need to change your focus? This may send you into a tailspin. If you need to take a risk, or to shift gears, the Eight of Pentacles shows that your perfectionism has become a barrier to your success. You will have to let go of the smoothness and predictability of doing what you have mastered, and be willing to make a fool of yourself all over again. Often, the Eight of Pentacles suggests that you are working very hard on something, but it is not leading to the desired outcome, leading to frustration and disappointment with the lack of success and progress. Sometimes, we can focus in on improving a part of ourselves or trying to fix something, only to find that all that effort is just going on the wrong things. You may be honing in on minute details that are not important to the overall workings of your life. Instead, you need to look at the bigger picture and ask yourself whether this is the right direction for you at this time. How can you bring your attention out of the detail and to the overall picture here? Are you working on the right things, or is there a major part that you are missing? Return to the energy of the Seven of Pentacles and reprioritize and invest in those activities that will lead to the greatest return. In a work-related reading, the Eight of Pentacles can indicate a time when you are lacking the ambition, engagement or dedication to see your work through. You are too wrapped up in everyday concerns and worries to take the time out to gain more long-term security. Instead, most of your energies are wasted pursuing short-term gains and rewards. Continuing to toil at the same work is not going to get you where you want to be. This might be fine for some people, but for you to get anywhere in your current profession, you might actually have to go back and get some additional skills and possibly even take a pay cut while doing so. Rather than trying to look for minor improvements in what you are already doing, this card suggests completely thinking out of the box. Look for something unrelated to what you have been doing. For example, starting your own business or entering an entirely new field of work. Look for something new. The time is right for you to change directions. The last card for you is representing the likely outcome that you may have. Your card is the Two of Swords. This is a card of choice and of the difficulty of making a decision. The woman in this card is blindfolded, and this may be intentionally so, indicating that she is avoiding making a very difficult decision. Her state of calm and relaxation may be indicative that she is trying to avoid this important decision in order to bring about peace of mind. However, the decision must still be made. Therefore, the appearance of the Two of Swords indicates that you are currently being faced with a difficult decision, but you are attempting to hide from it and pretending to yourself and others that if you ignore the decision long enough, it will go away of its own accord. However, the decision will not go away simply by your willing it to depart. Your conscience will eventually force you into facing your refusal to deal directly with the situation. The Two of Swords therefore serves as a reminder that life's decisions are frequently quite difficult and raise the possibility of painful consequences. However, you must take the bull by the horns and make your decisions with your best intentions, fully aware of the possible consequences. Avoidance will ultimately lead to a greater conflict. The blindfolded woman in this card is also an indication that you lack the information you need to make the right decisions at this time. You may be missing something, such as threats or potential risks, alternative solutions, or key pieces of information. Once you are able to remove your blindfold and see the situation for what it really is, you will be in a much better position to determine your path forward. Research your options more widely, seek outside opinions and feedback, and ask yourself what you are missing here. Why is this decision so challenging to make? What extra information do you need? Last but not least, the guidance card for you is the Four of Winter. There's great power in quieting your mind through meditation or taking a break. Solutions that previously eluded you because you overtaught them can suddenly become crystal clear. If you're facing a challenge at this time, take this card as your sign that you need to stop thinking about it for now. Focus upon something else, or take steps to diffuse a troubling situation or clear pent-up emotions. Healthy sleep is critical for a happy life. It allows the mind to rest and rejuvenate so that your waking hours are more productive and filled with optimism. Show your body the love it deserves by providing it with the time it needs to recuperate. Seek out ways to counteract stress. A fairy finds comfort and solitude within a mighty pine tree. The pine acorns symbolize the spiritual illumination that comes from meditation and going within. Additional meanings of this card: the power of meditation, resting due to an illness, taking time off, setting aside your concerns for now.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.